the Community Ties Program with Alex Mikas on Tiger Country 97.5 WTGR.
All right, like we do each and every weekday, we sit down with a member from the community to talk about an organization or an event. We're talking about OSU Extension today. Last week we had Rhonda Williams stop by the show. Today, Diane Barga is really happy to have Diane on the show. And well, here we are, almost through July.
I know, listening to you talk about stuff, a bus and United Way, it's hard to believe school is around the corner.
I know, it really is. And here in Darke County, we're fortunate enough to have that last week of summer be the great Darke County Fair, and then boom, it seems like we're back to school in fair time.
Yes.
It's fast approaching.
Yes, it is. Fair time's a fun time. It's a great time for families, kids, anybody who attends the fair to get that last fun weekend before school starts and we have to settle down.
We're going to be talking about fair in just a few minutes, but we're going to start today talking about canner gauge testing, which is a big doings over at OSU Extension.
Yes, it is. People are really into canning, and actually in May and June I held some food preservation classes. In May I had a three-week series, and in June a 2-week series, and they were extremely well attended. I was very pleased with the way that went. That I'll probably do that again next spring, and a lot of them told me different things they'd like to learn about food preservation, so I'm going to take that into consideration and do that. But now as everyone's canning, green beans are around, you see a lot of sweet corn coming in, so if you have that pressure canner that has a dial gauge, bring that into our office, and for $5 I can check that to make sure everything's working properly.
What I thought was interesting, and talking to you earlier in the year about some of the events that you had pertaining to canning, was it was sort of a bonding experience for mom and daughter.
Yes.
Or for others, whether it was sisters, but it's sort of a family affair.
Yes, it was. I had quite a few moms bring their daughters, teenagers, or not quite teens yet, in to learn about canning, so that, because, you know, most of the times if they have daughters, they're going to help them do that stuff so that the canning process goes a little faster, or the part to get to the canning process goes faster, so that they learn the correct way and how to can. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed those classes I did this year. I
think people know, but maybe they don't. I'm not an avid canner. I am very. I'm sort of on the outside looking in. I think that'd be a very fair thing to say. This is just a curious question.
Okay.
But when it comes to your testing, I mean, can you fail? Like, can your equipment fail?
Yes. Yes, it can. The dial gauge on the canners, it has the printed numbers 0, 5, 10, 15, maybe up to 20. But they bring it in, and I have a master gauge, and I put it on their lid on this little machine that I have, and I call it my exercise. I pump it to get the air into the master gauge. And when the master gauge says 5, their canner lid their gauge should say 5. When mine says 10, theirs should say 10, and so on. And if it does it, that means it's not working, and your lid will not preserve your food safely, and it could be unhealthy for you and your family.
So what happens? You go out and get a new
gauge. You can go to various hardware stores or various stores and purchase them there.
Okay, interesting.
And and the same with the gasket, the little rubber piece that goes inside the lid. Sometimes those get dry and brittle and they can crack. So we need to make sure that's a new or a good seal there, so that the air and the pressure stays in the canner.
Or from my own experience, people get on market time.
Yes.
And go about it that way. And I guess that's probably an age thing where they get old, or
that's part of it. But some of it, for instance, I had somebody come in a couple weeks ago. They only had it for 1 year, and they brought it in. They wanted to be on the safe side, and it was not working correctly.
Wow.
It was not correct. So they purchased, they got a new one for it. And a lot of times I would suggest, if you do buy it at a garage sale, or it was your great-grandma's and it's been in the basement, or you get it, maybe through market time, that you bring the lid in and have it checked, because it is better to be safe than it is to be sorry.
And it's probably good to get it checked each year.
Yes, it is. That's what they recommend, to get it checked each year.
All right, and that's probably a pretty quick process?
Yes, as long as I'm there, I can have it done within 2 minutes, if not less. And if I'm not there, they'll just take your lid. Joe will write your name and number down and call you back when I have it done. The next, I could be out to lunch, and when I come back from lunch, I could do it, or if I'm out, I'll do it the next day.
Okay, great. Canner gauge testing, Darke County OSU Extension, just off of Wagner.
Yes.
So there you go. As again, Diane Barga, my guest today on Community Ties. We're going to talk about fair. I know. I look up at my schedule here in the studio, and we got July, and I put up August a few days back, and you got that big block for fair time, and I'm thinking, man, where did the time go? But we're really sort of, it's almost crunch time, and it's going to be a busy week, and OSU Extension, extremely busy out at the fair.
Yes, we are. Actually, we just had our the 4-H county judging a week ago, Friday, the 11th. So that part is complete, and that helped pick out what 4-H members received ribbons to go to the state fair, and that might have started already. I'm not sure exactly when the state fair started.
Wednesday.
This coming Wednesday. So, so that's all picked out. That way they have, the opportunity to get their plans made for that day. But at the Darke County Fair, what I do is I oversee things that go on in the youth building. One of the things I oversee is the bake-o-ramas, and 4-H members or Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, FFA, FCCLA members, they can all participate, and they get that information from their advisors, and they register for that through the junior fair office. They can do that at the under the grandstand at the fair board office there, or Beth Martin, or their advisors sign them up for that, so they need to talk to their advisors. And that's always fun because you have the members bring in all their ingredients. They're given a recipe, and that's what they have to make.
And I feel silly for saying this, but I didn't know we did baking at the fair.
Yes.
I thought it was brought to the fair, but that's not the case.
Not in our case. Some of that is done in a different department, but with the junior fair aspect of it, they bring everything, they measure in front of judges, they mix, they're asked questions from the judges, and we have ovens there that Hansberger supplies, and and Whirlpool donates the prizes for that participation and winner prizes, and it's fun to watch the kids do all of that. We have 4 different divisions in that, and it's fun for all of them.
And we bake it up.
We bake it up. Yes, we do. We might have cookies, we might have brownies, we might have muffins. It just depends on what the age group is.
I'm going to have to find myself. Maybe I could grab a cookie or something.
There you go.
Take one during that time. How many kids traditionally participate?
From the beginner, intermediate, senior, advisor, and parent, we probably have 70 to 80 maybe participate
really
somewhere
good
in
number.
there. Yeah, we have a good number. The young ones are the big number. They enjoy that.
And this is sort of interesting in the sense that you mentioned multiple groups from 4-H, FCCLA, down the line, and are there ways to sort of go about and signing up for an event like that?
Yeah, they talk to their advisor, and the advisor signs them up. They tell them this is what I want to do when they go to one of their meetings. And actually, I think they'd have to call and talk to their advisor. I do believe the deadline for sign up is August 1st.
And for OSU Extension, they just sort of oversee?
I oversee that part.
Okay.
Yes, I don't take the registrations. I don't do any of that. I just kind of oversee that part.
Very interesting. Now, that's just one part of Fair Week.
Yes.
I'm sure there's a lot of other parts, too.
Yeah, the other part that I oversee are the reviews. The members model their projects or their, be it clothing, be it foods, be it woodworking, arts project. We have different reviews scheduled. A lot of them are on Saturday, Sunday. And then we have a makeup one if they couldn't make those on Wednesday. And Friday evening, we have all the people who won the ribbon to go to the state fair. They get to show off to everybody what they did.
Not to mention, OSU Extension's got a little bit of a booth almost at the fair for people that are looking for information.
Yes.
Or trying to find some details about whatever it might be. While on the fairgrounds.
Yes, we are going to have a building right next to the junior fair building, right in that area, and we're going to have a lot of information about OSU Extension, and we're going to I've been going through the archives, the books, the newspaper clippings from the old back in the day, and to put some of that information out for the 100-year extension birthday anniversary. So it's been fun to look through all of that stuff.
Can we do a bake-o-rama 100-year birthday cake?
If somebody wants to bring one of those in, I'm sure we'll enjoy eating that.
Yes. But that'll be fun, and
Yes.
It's been celebrated throughout the year.
Yes, it has been.
Which is really, really nice. All right, we're going to take a short break. We'll have more as OSU Extension in the spotlight today. My guest, Diane Barga on Community Ties. This is Tiger Country.
The Community Ties program continues with Alex Micus on Tiger Country 97.5 WTGR.
All right, 11:23 is the time back here on Community Ties. As Diane Barga is my guest, OSU Extension in the spotlight for this Monday. And we've been talking about some of the happenings or what will take place for the 2014 Great Darke County Fair, even though that's hard to believe that here we are talking about it. But it'll be here sooner than later. And Diane, I guess before we move on into our next topic, anything else we want to throw out there when discussing the fair?
Just come and enjoy it. Watch the members participate, have a good time, and just let them enjoy what they're doing. It's always fun to watch the kids enjoy what they're doing.
Yeah, let the kids have fun.
Yes.
That's what the fair is all about.
That's right.
And sometimes as old ones, we can sometimes get in the way.
Yes, we can.
But hopefully we'll have another great year
Absolutely.
at the fair, and hopefully some of this weather can stick around.
Yes, that would be awesome.
But I don't know if that's going to necessarily be the case. All right, we're going to talk about sort of another fair setting, and this is Farm Science Review, and it's coming up in September.
Yes, it is. We just got information last week at our office. The Farm Science Review for 2014 is going to be September 16th, 17th, and 18th. We do have tickets in, though most of those tickets don't start going out until after the fair. But those tickets are available at our office for $7 pre-sale, and if you wait to get them at the gate, it's $10 a person.
Okay, so you save some money if you
Yes,
head
you do.
over to Wagner Avenue and the Extension Office and pick up tickets for Farm Science Review, again, the 16th, 17th, and 18th. Diane, for folks out there that might not be familiar, what is Farm Science Review, and just a little overview?
What it is kind of an overview is the latest in ag technology for business, machinery, livestock, consulting practices, the best insights, fresh perspective from industry leaders. And also what I do there, just kind of an oversight, is I'll go there one day of those 3 days, and they have it's not a house, but it's in a building, but they have rooms made into rooms in a house, and it's called Universal Design. How to make your room set up so that it's easier for people as they age, or easier for people as if they're handicapped, like having lower your microwave oven so you don't have to lift it up, or having your cabinet shelves pull out and down so you don't have to stand up real tall, or maybe having a lower refrigerator under your cabinet, pull out drawers, that type of thing.
Interesting.
It's very interesting. The light switches, the whole aspect, the shower, the bathroom, the mirror, how to have tilted mirrors, so you can get up and closer, magnify them. It's a very interesting area to tour.
Cool. And correct me if I'm wrong, but this is right off 70.
Yes, it is. It is right off 70 in London, Ohio.
It is. It's hard to miss. I've never actually been to the event, but I've driven by while they're having it. Mm-hmm. And gosh, you can find a whole lot of things on the grounds there in London.
Yes, you can. Last year was the first year that I've been there in a few years, and I was rather impressed and shocked at how huge it had gotten. And I knew I love to walk, but there was a lot of walking that day.
I believe it, without question. And is that sort of Ohio State's big thing? I mean, is that their baby?
Yeah, it's Ohio State, and they do have a partnership with Purdue. They went together on parts of it.
Well,
so,
cool.
Yeah.
And again, tickets on sale over at the Extension Office.
Yes.
And just $7, $10 for the gate
right.
In September. So folks can save some money. And again, Farm Science Review, September 16th, the 17th, and the 18th. Diane, before I let you go, anything else you'd like to throw out there?
Just, enjoy the fair, have a great time, find those foods you only get once a year to have and that you look forward to, and have a great time.
Yeah, and maybe we'll have to find you during the fair and get some food, or maybe a few cookies or brownies that the kids are going to be able to provide. Does that food get eaten?
If they have family there, yes, the family will eat it, and if they have cookie dough left, maybe they didn't. After everybody's done, they can finish baking all that cookie dough so it doesn't go to waste.
People are thinking, "Gosh, Alex is trying to steal these cookies from me." Hey, if there's sweets, I'm there.
Yeah.
Diane, always fun talking to you. And the number for OSU Extension?
548-5215.
All right, great stuff. And I'll see you at the fair.
See you, Alex.
All right, that's going to do it for Community Ties on this Monday. We'll be back tomorrow. Annie Oakley Committee set for Tuesday, gathering at the Gars for Wednesday. And the mayor of Greenville, Mike Bauer, is going to be stopping by the show for Thursday, as it is a busy, busy week in Greenville, Ohio. Midday Farm Show, it's up next. This is Tiger Country.